And we're live. Welcome to the
Thank
channel.
you.
Welcome
Good to be here.
back. If you all haven't seen us in a while, or I guess more so me, it would be more apropos just me, but if you haven't seen me in a while, I am back and I'm joined by my friend Jordan and probably future-wise guest or
Yeah.
full-time guest. I don't know. We haven't really worked that out yet.
Yeah.
We'll see how life goes.
Yeah. I'm just here to drink whiskey, and this is a an added plus. So
Yeah. Let's see how we are looking. I mean, not the best quality, but also I have shit internet, like real shit internet. It's not great. But yeah, welcome to the channel. Welcome back. If you haven't, seen me on here for a while, it's because I've been MIA for reasons. But now I'm back, and we're gonna start live streaming likely around this same time, Thursdays. Again, everything we're kind of shooting from the hip right now, so it's very much winging it. As I
one
do
day
naturally.
at a time.
Yeah. Do me a favor. So we're reviewing. If you've looked at the thumbnail and you clicked on that, we were reviewing Westward whiskeys because Westward sent me a bunch of really good whiskey, and I review them when they send me them. Pick out. Actually, do you want to try the new Jack Daniel's Single Malt?
Sure.
Yeah, I was like, we'll use that as a warm-up whiskey.
I'll let you do the honors.
Jack Daniel's. You don't like Jack Daniel's, though, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Do me a favor, kind of give a brief synopsis of your whiskey experience.
Sure. So, quite a while back, I guess I'm going on 10 years of being married. For my bachelor party, my brother got me a bottle of Jameson. I didn't like whiskey at the time, and then I was hitting up a microbrewery close to my house, and my wife poked at my stomach. She denies this, but she poked at my stomach and said, "Hey, you're getting soft."
That sounds like her.
And so I was like, "Oh, all right. Well, I don't want to go work out, and I don't want to not drink it ever again." So I was like, "Let me go open up this bottle of Jameson that my brother got for me." And so then, I started out with a lot of ice and, just, learned to sip on it. And, then I got really big into Scotch, and then some Irish whiskey. I was going to an Irish pub near my old house. And, then, I started going to some micro distilleries, and, then I met you here in Arizona. And yeah, that's kind of been my journey, I would say. I've been drinking whiskey probably maybe like 7 years.
7 years? Okay. Yeah. Shit. So you've been drinking whiskey longer than I have.
Yeah, but I don't know a whole lot about American specifically. So
that's fair. Yeah, I was like that is the channel niche, and all that is American whiskey, and that's kind of all I do. Yeah. Specifically nowadays, more so craft whiskey and single malts for some reason, probably because that's like my actual interest. But let's get into this Jack Daniel's.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so this is, I should not have put the bottle down far away so I didn't break it, because now I need to actually pull it out to I'm an idiot, guys. Welcome back. Yeah, by the way, every live stream I do, unlike my properly edited videos, they're total shit shows. Everything goes bad. Usually some equipment fails midway through. Dano B. Dano. Cheers. Nice to see you, man. How are you doing? Yeah, what's everyone drinking? I know we only got 4 people in here today, but what are you guys sipping on? There we go. All right. So this is the newest, I think newest? I don't know, I could be wrong. There's Jack Daniel's is constantly releasing new stuff, but this is the most recent buy from, actually in general I've bought. This is the last bottle I bought, and I just bought it because I couldn't resist it. It wasn't half as cheap as I thought it would be. This is the Jack Daniel's American Single Malt Oloroso Sherry Cask finished, handcrafted white barrels, and then finished in Oloroso Sherry casks. 45% ABV, and this stuff cost me, I think, $80 or $90 at the PX, because I was at Luke getting my ID updated because I just got promoted to staff sergeant. So now, thank you. So I was like, I'm gonna stop by the PX and see, what tax-free
Yeah.
Alcohol
That's
they
a good
have,
call.
even though I have no money to be spending on alcohol at the moment. But yeah, I bought this and haven't really gotten much into it other than I think like one pour.
Yeah.
I mean, it smells nice. I don't think I've had anything that's sherry finished that I hate though.
That is true.
I am a sherry whore. David Bass in the house. Cheers. Nice to see ya. Got Dan LB drinking 1792 sweet wheat. Have you had that one?
No, I mean,
Okay.
I've had, like I've had their 12-year, their small batch, the foolproof, and then I haven't had the single barrel. Single barrel.
Yeah, single barrel and small batch, foolproof, same. I would love to. I haven't had the 12-year, and the sweet wheat I've heard is incredible.
Oh, I bet.
Which, knowing you, because you like a lot of wheat, I bet that would be a bottle worth finding.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've been looking.
Yeah, it's not from a lack of looking.
Yeah.
Well. I found some good bottles over the last like few months. The Bookers, the Four Roses. Like hunting was really good, and then I went to Japan, and the hunting just kind of stopped. I do have a age-stated Wild Turkey 101 that you'll have to try tonight. Year. Like that's it's not like mind-blowingly great, but it's better than Wild Turkey 101 by like a significant margin.
Yeah, so I don't have a collection that's anywhere close to what Steven has, but I mean, I have like,
I don't know, man. You might have just as many bottles as I do at this point.
Well, because there's 8 ones over there.
Yeah, I was like, I have a whole my closet is filled with Euro whiskey.
Yeah, and then I have like a.
Hopefully, your wife's not watching this.
I know. So I have probably close to like 125, 130 unique, and then some duplicates.
Okay. I just count in general, but I also don't have a lot of duplicates.
Yeah.
Unless if they're like single barrels, and each single barrel is a little bit different. So I think I'm somewhere around 200 or so.
Okay. Yeah. So you got me beat quite a bit, but yeah. I have a lot of duplicates of Elijah Craig specifically. So
yeah. So on this whole Jack Daniel's thing, this is definitely not the single malt from last year that everyone beloved, but I do really enjoy this.
Have you already started sipping?
Yeah, I skip right to the chase.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'm not great at giving out tasting notes during live streams because I kind of ramble and rant. But like this is $80 a liter. That means it would be like $65 for $750, right? Doing some quick math, around 60
for a liter.
Yeah, so a liter, $85, I think.
Yeah, I say 65.
Wow. Yeah, 60. Yeah, that's how I'm going to grade it. Like a $65, $70 bottle. Jeremy Horton. What up?
Hey, bro.
Oh, man. This smells great. Sipping on Old Pepper Bib Bourbon. Man, I'm on like the ass end of a little bit of a cough, and I'm just so over it.
I got 2 little kids, so
yeah.
I'm always coming off of something. Yeah,
I'm loving the mullet, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah.
Mullet's a great look.
Yep. Yeah, my 1.5-year-old, he went and got his first haircut, so we got matching mullets.
It's nuttier than your average single malt, though.
Much
nuttier, but it does have that sherry influence.
I'd say on the nose, I'm not getting it like heavy on the actual palate.
There's this thing's buttery, like this buttery nut. I don't love that sound coming out of my mouth, but
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. You know? Like if you put a stick of butter and like maybe some like almonds in a pan and you just kind of roasted them around until like the butter started evaporating, like that's the buttery nut I'm getting.
It's kind of dry too.
Yeah.
Like
now
like
it smells like
finish.
Onions.
Yeah.
I think that's Macy cooking, but it just smells like onions in the house now. Yeah, I mean, not like... So your average American single malt, that's going to be like 90 proof. you got to think price range is probably $80-$90 for like a good one. Like the Westwards, which we're getting into heavily tonight, which we probably should start off with just their normal one. That's like $75-$80.
Yeah.
I
have a 375 at home that I still haven't opened up, just because it's such a, it's a higher end, like, just like American whiskey that I just don't want to rake open just for a typical Tuesday night.
Yeah.
But that's one thing that Steven's been good about, is coming over and being like, hey, have you opened this one up?
Oh, I
and
open
I'm like,
up every bottle.
Yeah, he's like, let's do this. Shame. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, why haven't I? I feel like I've been missing out.
Yeah.
So it's been good.
There's not a single bottle I don't open.
Yeah.
I was like, this bottle we tried today, or we're about to try, we've opened up previously. I think both of them. I've tried both of them previously, not reviewing them, not taking it very serious. But the Milestone we opened up, and long story short, we both really liked it. I mean, you'll get real tasting notes here today, and we'll actually kind of break down our conversation about it, because I think it's going to be an interesting conversation about price. That's kind of the crux of my concern. I don't want to say issue, because issue sounds like it's a problem. It's a concern, but also it's kind of like, what are you willing to spend on a bottle?
There's a time and place for everything. You know? So,
but as far as this goes, $60 American Single Malt, I'm not blown away with what I'm drinking. But as far as American Single Malts go, I'm cool with it. It works for me. Like it's nothing to write home about. I think I would still prefer a Westward, a Westland, a Balcones, Adventurous Stills North Rim over this.
I would say, as far as Jack Daniel goes, not being a big Jack Daniels fan, it's better than the number 7.
Oh, everything's better than the number 7. I really like those the single barrel proofs I have over there. Those are fantastic.
I don't know if I've had them.
Oh,
I don't have a whole lot of Jack Daniels, because I mean, if I'm gonna drink, like a mixed drink like Jack and Coke all day, no problem. But like overall, I'm just not gonna go, find a Jack Daniels whiskey to enjoy as a sipper. So
you're gonna learn that. That's all I'm gonna say. There's some good Jack Daniels out there. Just have to be willing. That whole shelf, I think, is pretty good. The 4 I have there, although there are 2 of them are just Jack Daniels single barrel proofs. You didn't like the rye, right? Yeah, because I had you try the rye already.
Yeah.
And the single malt's it's not blowing me away, but it's also not bad. It's just nutty. I really wish it wasn't nutty. It's the nuttiness that kills me. Like malt, I love that sweet maltiness. Finish it in like a sherry or cognac, and it gets a really nice fruitiness going on. But like this one has like bits and pieces of those with a strong nutty, like nuts mixed with, for some reason, butter. I don't know where that note's coming from. Got the newest Widow Jane Decadence. Worth the try. All right, I'll keep an eye out for it if I see it. Cheers. Yep, been a long time, but I am back next week. We have a literal F-ton of samples to go through. So right here, all of these. Oh, wow. I have to review those on live streams, because those are sent in from people.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Again, it's when you don't do anything for 2 months. I have like 9 bottles I need to review. These videos are always constantly like turning and burning, and then samples. Found it in a store today in Florida. Dano, what are you referring to? Let's see here. 1792 Sweet Wheat. Oh, that's a good find. That's a hard bottle to find. Digging the mullet. Hell yeah.
What's up, Connor?
Mullet looks good. It's a vibe. Digging this camera angle. It feels more casual and laid back. Sounds good. Awesome. Yeah, I was like, this is probably going to be the camera angle moving forward. I got a lot of troubleshooting to do because my OCD does not love it entirely. But yeah, this is moving forward. I'm also moving back to working from home, doing IT stuff. So I kind of can't have the old camera angle I had previously, because I have now what I would call a multi-purpose room, or soon to be multi-purpose room. Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye store picks have been coming out, so be on the lookout. Yeah, I saw. So I went to Total Wine the other day to buy Balcones Lineage because I killed my bottle, and apparently they are out of stock now, which is a huge bummer to me because that was like my go-to, like $35 American Single Malt.
I had that bottle.
Yeah,
right. Pretty sure.
No, you have the one. You have that one. The one behind that Humphreys bottle?
Yeah.
So the cheaper version of that has always been my go-to.
What color?
I threw away the bottle.
There's red and blue.
It's exactly like that. It just says the Lineage on the front. Yeah, so all the
I'll send you a
are
picture.
black.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture when I get home.
But what was I saying? Where was I going with that? Oh, the barrel proof rye. Yeah, so I saw a tag on the shelf that said Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye, and it was empty. And like, if only I was like an hour sooner or something like that. Love the mullet. Getting a lot of love for the mullet, man. I'm saying you got to keep it. Never change it up. You work from home anyways. It doesn't matter. No one sees it.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Business in the front, party in the back. You don't go to any corporate retreats or anything.
Thanks. Connor's what a gentleman.
Yeah.
Looking
nice
out for
camera
us.
angle. Awesome. Balcones. Yes. Well, I guess this is the camera angle we got to stick with regardless.
Sweet.
All right. So what I like to do, Alec came up with these like rating scales. So I forget what his is, but basically it's like I forget how he named it, but like it's basically like a buy, try, or pass, more or less, where it's like, would you buy it? And it's like, and from there we can devolve into like, how far would you like to buy it? Where it's like, is this a shelfer? Is this one where you're going to buy a bottle? Is this one where you're going to bunker a few? Is this one where it's like, you're just going to buy it, and once you run out, hopefully buy another one? Or, if it's a bar, it's like, yeah, you should probably try it before you actually buy it, because it's like, I'm kind of iffy on it. And then passes, this is just shit. And you can obviously devolve into how shitty it is if you really hate it, because talking shit's fun sometimes.
Yeah, we do a similar rating system. One that I do with the guys is we have one that's like 1 to 5. So it's like never, like never gonna drink again. 2 is gonna be, it's free.
Okay.
3 is like it's okay, like you drink it. 4 is you'd order at a bar, and 5 is it's your go-to. You would recommend it to everybody.
Okay, yeah. So kind of like how I have like the buy bar pass, whatever thing.
Yeah.
So basically, like a 3 is a bar, a 1's a pass, a 5's a buy, and like kind of in between's. Okay. Yeah. That's where you get into the little nitty gritties.
Yep.
So where are you at? Buy bar pass. You spend $80 on the lead.
Oh, dude. Okay. And then I'm passing. Like,
you're a pass on.
Yeah. This is I like if I think about it. So I think I'm a Elijah Craig fanboy, just like Steven. And so for me, if I can go spend $25 on a small batch Elijah Craig, and then I compare it to this, like I can go buy like 2-3 Elijah Craigs for the price of this.
Oh, just a small batch?
Yeah. Like why would I? You know what I mean?
I could go to Costco and buy 2 handles, which is the equivalent of almost 5 bottles, 4.5 bottles.
But that's like my baseline.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Is think through what can I buy with the same amount of money for whatever it is I plan on getting. So
I'm gonna use the same logic.
It's tough, man.
When it comes to you spending $250 on a bottle.
Which one?
The single malt. We've already started this conversation we're going to get into, but I'm a buy, but it's kind of like a buy once and replace it when you finish it type thing. Like it's not necessarily a constant shelfer, but it's like a buy, and if you start running low and you pass it, pick it up. I also like kind of replacing things, and I am obsessed with American Single Malt. So if it's an American Single Malt, I want it on my shelf, whether I really like, as long as I like the bottle, I'm probably going to have it on my shelf. I mean, there's a lot of American single malts, you're right, that are kind of mid as hell. Like that Yellowstone, trash compared to this bottle. I did not like that. That's a bottle from this year. We're going to try it in the end of the year blind. Same along with this bottle. Though. Yeah, that's why I bought it. But it's, man, it ain't it. So a lot of, this is what I can say, this is the first non-craft American single malt that actually is decent, or like something where like I'm willing to, or like interested in drinking it. Because again, it's nuttier than I want in an American single malt, but it's different than like, you know, bourbon or rye or something like that. It's different than Scotch. It's tastes in its own category, if you will. So I like it.
And so I see Connor saying, what are you sipping? So just as a quick recap, this is Jack Daniel's single malt. And I think the overall like notes, if you will, from like a palate perspective has been, Stephen did a great job saying that it's like almonds that have been kind of fried up in a pan with butter.
Brown sugar.
Yeah.
Because it has that sweet maltiness in there that you get in single malts, but it also has this intense layer of nuttiness that you typically don't get in a lot of craft single malts.
But for me, I think some of the sweetness, like type of flavoring that I'm getting is probably from it being part of like a sherry cask too, right?
I mean, probably. That's not exactly my strong suit, but I will agree the sherry influence comes out way more on the nose, and I'm searching for it on the palate, and I can't tell if it's my brain saying, hey, you should get some sort of sherry influence, or if there's a robust sherry influence. Honestly, I'm a little let down with this bottle. That being said, I still do like it. I'm just not blown away with it, whereas this was one of the like top 5 bottles I wanted to get this year. Because I really thought it would be like replacing my Balcones lineage. Like it would be the shelfer American single malt that's like $30. You just smash it, you buy another bottle, $30. Because I love single malts more than any other category of whiskey. That being said, I can't afford to drink them as much as I do bourbon. So that's why I kind of have so much freaking bourbon, because what I get for bourbon, I can't. Yeah, it's like bringing it back to Elijah Craig. Elijah Craig barrel proofs $80 for a knock out of the park cash strength bourbon, whereas you're just getting into Westward's normal standard offering at that point. Which I still love Westward, but my money goes better in bourbon, unfortunately. Good evening, Tim. Nice to see you. So you're a pass on this, and I'm a buy.
Yeah, so I'm a pass, but at the same time, I think Connor just kind of put up some notes there. So yeah, 2. I drink this for free. It's a pass, but like I don't hate it.
Yeah,
right? You know, like So I give it that mid rating, if you will.
I get it. So yeah, 3 is I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
4 is buy it at a bar.
Yeah, because you always pay a premium at a bar, right? And so so like it
like you would, the 4 is like basically saying I would overpay for this.
Yeah.
And then 5 is saying this is going to be a daily drinker, or it's a special occasion. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm starting to get
if I'm going to be like, hey, you got to have this. Like if I'm like calling up one of my boys, like, hey, you got to come check this whiskey out. And that's a 5. Because if I'm like picking up the phone being like, you got to go, check this out next time you're at the liquor store, that's a 5.
Yeah. So how I felt when I tried Brooklotti Black Art in Japan. Actually, I don't think I texted you because I had no service, but like,
but you told me as soon as you got back.
Yeah, I was like, it blew my freaking mind. And then the guy was trying to sell it to me, and I was like, dude, I don't even want to know the price, because I was like, I know it's out of my price range. I was like, I just paid $50 for a pour, which is a ridiculous deal for that bottle. And I was like, I don't want to know. I can't afford that shit. No. I think, so you're a 2, and I'm kind of more of a,
you'd buy it, a 3.
Yeah, I'm a 3. I was like, I'm not gonna, I would like to keep it on my shelf until I have a reason not to, but I'm not gonna go hunting for it. Cause like right now I'm in this, my go-to Balcones lineage isn't at my normal store. So now I'm actually going to go hunting for it, because I got to get me some more Balcones lineage. But like for example, this I'm not gonna do that with this. Like, I don't hate it though.
Yeah.
So we're gonna work our way up in like kind of value, if you will. Do me a favor. Hand me that, or actually, can you read off that into the mic?
Guy?
Yeah, so the top one. Yeah, this one. Yeah, just read off the stats. So really quickly, this bottle is going to be part of the Westward Single Barrel Selection. This is their exclusive Westward Club, which you can join online from most states and get it shipped to your house, by the way, if you're interested in. They did send us these bottles, but this is no way, shape, or form ad for them or whatever. I just really like them, and I think it's a huge steal, and their stuff's always fantastic. So that's why I'm saying if you want to join, that's how you do it. But I'll let you take it away as I pour these.
Sure. So you just want me to go over the facts?
Yeah. Sure. Just go over the stats.
We'll save this later, yeah?
Yeah, the tasting notes. Cool. I usually disagree with a lot of that. So.
Sounds good to me. All right. So the mash bill is 100% 2-row malted barley. And the finishing casks, which is pretty interesting, it's 40-year-old ex Cognac cask. Primary maturation is 3.5 years. Secondary maturation is just over 1 year, and it is 90 proof. So looking at that, 45 ABV.
Yeah. Cheers, Jack. Nice to see you. I know it's been too long. I think this might be my favorite bottle from them so far because I just love cognac. Cognac and sherry. Those are like my two that I get for.
It's very like sweet, candy, like just like fruity.
Yeah, this has that, geez, I'm a mess with this mic. This has that like malty sweetness that I wasn't getting out of that Jack Daniels. Like that's what I'm missing. When I think single malt, this is like, it's not that like corn syrupy bourbon sweetness because they use new American oak in their stuff. So like they do follow a lot of the processes. They basically make a beer, which the only big difference between beer and normal distillation and mashing is typically boiling because and I don't know if Westward does that for clarification, but I know they basically just make a single malt beer and then they just distill it. There's nothing special. The last one they did was a sourdough, and the primary maturation, they didn't put it on here. And so the last one was a 15-day or like a 12-day or something like that, sourdough fermentation. And I remember speaking with Kelly about it because I was like, man, why would it need to ferment it? Because we ferment everything out in like 3.5, 4 days.
Yeah, and that's what Westward. So I like, was doing some research on Westward.
Yeah, I watched that video you sent me.
Yeah,
by the way.
Yeah.
And, I kind of shut up at the end. Man, I'm tired.
So like what the video kind of highlighted was their overall like, I want to say general process that they follow. Obviously, if they have like different releases, they're probably going to do something a little bit different. But from an overall like general process, they do about 4 days, I think, for their fermenting, and then
yours was old though. By the way,
it was a couple years. Yeah,
that video was 4 years old, and at the time they were saying their stuff is around 3 to 5 years old. Now it's pretty much mutually exclusively like 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Because they were still using the old school bottles, where now they were using the diamond shaped bottles and stuff.
Yeah. So this one here's 3.5. I wonder. Well, this one was a little bit different.
So it's 4.5. I mean, 3.5 in the primary.
Oh, I see. You're right.
So 3.5 in new
the secondary,
oak, and then just over 1 year in the cognac. So 4.5.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, maybe that's.
You go, Glen Coco.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what this reminds me of.
Grapes.
I think it's like like one of those like very sugary like
grape jelly
sweets that you have like as a kid, and you're like,
for some reason I'm imagining a little kid with grape jelly all over the fingers, just kind of like Luella with the ranch.
That's exactly what it reminds me of. But just like something you eat as a kid, it's just like super like bad for you and delicious,
Tim, here, wait. I had a thought, and then I was going to say it, and then I was like, wait, I should probably reread this. I am in the club as well, have not popped it. Good to hear your opinion. Okay, Tim. Yeah, I hope. I mean, I from a selfish standpoint, I hope they keep sending me the club releases because I really love them and I really like reviewing them for you guys. So hopefully I'll be able to give those opinions moving forward. Long story short, this is good. Real good.
I just took my first sip.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Tim, have you had a single bottle that is bad from them? Because the club, they do a lot of fun, crazy. I don't want to say crazy because whiskey's not really that crazy of a concept. But like they do a lot of really interesting, different like kind of releases. Like the Chardonnay cask was really fun because I was like, oh, I've never seen anyone really like age anything in a white wine barrel. Chardonnay is white wine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, and then the sourdough one, I was like, oh, that's a cool yeast. So they do kind of innovative things with the club, and I really, really like that. And so far, I have not had a bad one, which is fun because sometimes things can be a little wild. Who is the 1980s henchman? So this is Jordan. If you want to kind of hear more about his kind of his history in whiskey or his background in whiskey, it's pretty much like mine, nothing formal. But skip to the start of the video. He went over it briefly, but this is Jordan. He's probably going to be showing up more on the YouTube channel. This is kind of the tester night of, hey, do you want to keep doing this? How do you feel about this?
And also, does Tim like me? Does he think I'm cool?
It's all writing on Tim.
Yeah, pretty much. So
I don't see Sugar Kitty in the house. That's kind of throwing me for a loop. Can we get a close up?
If you go down one, is that Sugar Kitty there?
Oh yeah, Sugar Kitty. Cheers. Nice to see you, dude. How are you doing? Close up of the bottle. I don't know if it's going to autofocus. Maybe, yeah, there we go.
Nice. Yeah, and so something that I
have to cover you because I have the autofocus set on you.
Yeah, I need all the help I can get. So thank you. So the like when I was watching the video about Westward, something that I really enjoyed was the fact that they were saying we are a newer distillery compared to those that have been around like Jack Daniels, Elijah Craig, right? And so in order for them to stand out, they have to be more innovative, try some new funner things. And they're also catering to the Oregon market, right? So Oregon's like well known for having like very like robust flavored beers, and so that also then spills into their local market as what their local customers are going to be desiring from a selling standpoint. So
yeah, I'm a huge fan of their stuff just because they do like very robust American single malts, because there seems to be two take on single malts. There's the, hey, let's use new oak because we're American and that's what we do in America when it comes to whiskey. Or it's like, hey, we're going to use, X-fill casks and stuff. And there's arguments for both, but theirs, because they use new oak, comes out extremely robust. And they're actually using full-size oak barrels rather than like a lot of Texas stuff. They use smaller stuff because they just got to get as much oak impact as possible. Again, arguments for and against all of that. But I really like how robust and in your face it is because of that new oak, the type of malt they're using there. I don't know how they get what it is, but
their malt,
the Northwest stuff.
Yeah.
Them and Westland, my two favorite American single malts.
Yeah. They said that they go get their malted bar, like probably from like right across the street. So
yeah.
It's like all local up there. So yeah, that's very, very cool that they're supporting local and, obviously producing such a quality product. So
yeah, it's literally that like malty, that sweet maltiness that you expect off of them. I still get a little bit of that stone fruit, but like grape jelly, so much freaking grape jelly.
Yep. And I really like the end too, like the finish.
It gets more like bitter.
Yeah.
Kind of almost bittery chocolate. I mean, that's kind of a stereotypical note I get off of them, but God, I love this stuff.
There's like some, I don't want to say heavy, like it's not a rye, but it's like I'm getting some like light spiciness too.
Okay.
At the very, very like tail end.
Okay.
So, and then it just like tones out like very, very nice. It's like a very, I'm a huge fan of the finish. So
yeah. Yeah, I think the finish is my favorite. The mid palate is maybe a little bit too sugary for me, but that finish is where I think it gets a little bit fun because it's more kind of in my realm of enjoyment.
Yeah.
Did I? Are we skipping? No, I'm tripping. Sorry. I thought for some reason maybe I should look at the camera settings really quickly. Does it say 1/50 on the top left corner?
You know, I'm wearing glasses and it's not really doing me much justice. So
all right.
Here,
we're fucked. Oh, there we go. There's the one F word for the day. Yeah, did I have you try? Okay, cool. That's what we needed at. Sorry, for some reason it looked like we were skipping frames a little bit, and so I was like, did I mess up the shutter speed?
No, I'm not as tall as you, so
that's fair.
I gotta
Yeah, I've been doing a lot more photography recently, and because of that, I'm taking out that primary camera because it's the nicer one, and with that, I've been messing with the settings instead of just using it as a de facto webcam like I have in the past. You know, we're doing more stuff with our lives. But so on this note, I would agree with you, Troy. I'm gonna compromise my statement because I know you sent me the 2 malt, and I was like, it's okay, but definitely was my least favorite of their products, at least from memory. I'd have to look back at that live stream I did, but I don't remember loving that one. More like Ned Flanders. I don't know if he's pointing out to you or me.
I'm really loving the meow meow.
Yeah. Tricker kitty. Oh man, it's so good to be back. I missed all y'all. Okay, cool, man. I'll go back and watch. Okay, yeah. I've been in the club for a while. I really like Grand Cru Sauternes bottle. I wish I could get the cider bottle they had. It was over 90 proof, great for drinking. Yeah. That was one of those bottles I should have. We are in Arizona. The cider bottle is one of the ones I should have been like, hey, send me a bottle, but I spaced. I was busy because that was last quarter, right? Sorry, I get all like the newsletters from Westward. I am literally like top 5 distilleries in the U.S.
Oh, I love
Westward.
I love their stuff. It's just, you know, like it's not the cheapest. So you know, like for me to go, I guess like experiment on a bottle that I may not love at that price point, it's a hard choice for me to make.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, but I mean, like if I'm tasting this today. And then if I, you know what I mean, I'll be like, okay, I can justify that decision.
Yeah, so. Like I'm a buy on this. I am a. I forget your ranking. I gotta take a screenshot of the way he described it, because the way he described it, I understand way more than your description.
Oh, thank you. Okay, hey Connor, you should just come over here, and I'm gonna leave. So
shit.
Okay, I can try to go over it again and see if it resonates.
I'm a 4 on this.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is quite to the peak of special, especially with what we're about to go, because that's where my mind's going for. Oh, special occasion.
Yeah.
But I would definitely pay more than, I think this is typically MSRP like $90 or something if you're in the club. I would happily pay $90 for this.
No, I also feel like the ranking here also does take into consideration the overall cost. Like would be my go-to for the cost of this like that. Price range.
Yeah, because one is I'm not going to drink it, which usually implies it's either bad or significantly way too out of your price range, where it's like, dude, I can't afford to drink that for how shitty that is.
Yeah.
2, would drink for free, or actually maybe that's more of it. Would drink for free. It's like, I like the bottle. I would drink it if someone gave it to me for free, but I'm definitely not spending my hard-earned cash on that.
Yep.
3 is it's worth it. 4 is it's really worth it. Like it's a good deal. And then 5 is this is the bee's knees or something like that. Okay, I get it. I'm gonna have to write that on the board.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna remember that.
Just I mean, we can come back.
Yeah,
I have it in my book at home. But yeah.
John, nice to see you.
I'm a 4 on this too, man.
Yeah, I think this is really, really good.
So what's the price of this one?
Should be around 90. Again, they did send me these. Full disclosure, they sent me this bottle. That being said, usually their stuff's around $90 to $100.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this is well worth that. Like this is fun, exciting. It has all those things I want in a craft American single malt, but it's not your 100% typical because it is cognac finish. And I have had a lot of their stuff in the past, so I kind of know their profile. So I love seeing like shoots of like, it's like, oh, this is definitely a Westward bottle, but this is different because of this. And this one's very much so in that grapey, fruity aspect. Like it's sweeter, it's more grapey than your average Westward, but I don't think that's in a bad way because it still has that dark maltiness. It's just that's kind of in the back end. So it still has all those nuances, those complexities, but it's a little bit more on that sweeter, fruitier side. Like this kind of reminds me of, I don't know if I've had you try the rum cask finished one, but their rum cask finish with like more tropical. This is more kind of like grapey sweet.
Oh yeah. And I mean, I know you don't want to go over their tasting notes, but you know, I will say,
let's send it. I like disagreeing with.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So for the aroma, you know, they got candied ginger, forest floor, cloves, fig jam.
Floor. What kind of forest? They didn't even describe the forest. See, that's why these taste notes are stupid as shit. I'm sorry. I hate when companies do this.
Fig jam though, like I mean, they got the jam going on, and they have candied ginger. I can't argue with that.
I can't argue with those. Forest floor is total BS. Like what kind of
baklava?
Forest?
They also said baklava.
Baklava is so good. It's like honeyed. Basically, think like pistachios, figs, and honey wrapped in. It's phyllo dough, so it's like this puff pastry. It has like layers. The last festival I went to, we were selling, or there was a tent right across that was doing baklava, and I bought like so much of it because it was so good. I think I sold 2 bottles at the entire festival, so I ate like 3 containers of baklava from the baklava dude.
Yeah,
the first one
baklava
he made me,
dude. Yeah, I want that title.
I paid full price for the first one, and after that, he's like, "Here you go, man." And I was like, "He's like, I'll give you the 50%."
You need this more than I do.
Yeah.
So that there was the aroma.
I was so bored.
And then for the palate, they said plum, melon, vanilla bean, apricot, banana bread.
I see banana bread. I mean, the rest are just kind of fruits. It's like the way I perceive one fruit over yours. It's again, arguments can be made.
And then the finish is honeydew, butterscotch, candied nuts, and pistachio curd. I mean, like, just overall, like, I feel like they hit it the nail on the head when they said candied. Like,
the only thing I disagree with completely, forest floor. Like, what kind of forest? Are we up north? Are we in the south? Like, those are completely different forests.
Yeah.
You've been to a few places in your life. What you guys came from? What is it, Minnesota?
So Midwest. We'll just say the Midwest. Yeah. So
what is that judgment you're getting?
I mean, I feel like that's the best way to put it. Yeah. Like
it's Wisconsin, right?
No. Don't put that on me.
I'm trying to remember.
If you're from Wisconsin and watching this, that was meant as an insult. Okay. Like I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything. And Connor, I think you are from Wisconsin. You are the exception, my friend. If you are from there.
If that's a forest floor, that's a damn good forest floor.
Yeah, I want to live there. Yeah. Like I'm not looking to build a platform to get off the ground there. I want to live there forever. So it's delicious. It's a hard 4.
Yeah, regardless, it's a 4. I again disagree with tasting notes. I understand why companies do it though, because it's like if you have nobody where it's like you can't try it before you buy it, you have to just buy it. But like I understand why people do it. I just kind of love disagreeing with them because again, I think they kind of embellish a little bit and it's like, oh hey, like let's be sexy, let's say cheese curds or something like that. It's like what kind of cheese curds smell like this?
I didn't get any vanilla bean, but like I do. I hear the banana.
An easy note. In whiskey, like I think I could put vanilla on almost every single anything that touches a barrel for more than like 6 months. I think I could be like some sort of vanilla or vanilla adjacent flavor, like caramel, butterscotch, some sort of vanilla based sweetness.
Oh, thank goodness! All right, Connor, we can still be friends. All right, I don't have to make an exception.
You ready for the moment?
Oh, I'm excited.
Westward Whiskey Milestone. What if this is shit compared to everything we've tried?
It is not. I've been dreaming about this.
Yeah. Ooh, I just splashed it all over me. Do me a favor, go ahead and do the thing. So this is MSRP wise. This is again here. I guess let me do my sort of YouTube. This video or this bottle was sent to us by Westward. They provided us with this bottle. I'm super grateful, but in no way, shape, or form have they purchased a good review or a bad review or anything like that. They just sent me the bottle and said, hey, please review this. And I was like, I'll do that and more probably. This is going to be MSRP wise, $250. This is a really special bottle for them. Jordan, take it away with the stats. Do they have stats on that?
Nope. I'm looking here, brother. Yeah, you can take a look.
Oh, they have a whole paragraph about the packing. The packaging's pretty great. There's a really dope box. I just took it out of the box because I was way too lazy to do that all.
Yeah, no, it just kind of talks about them, their overall process.
Yeah. ABV 43%. So this is going to be the lowest point we've had today. Yeah.
But they send it, and they send it hard on this one. It is. Oof.
What I know is that this basically, so this is the lore behind the bottle or whatever, what I've heard through the grapevine. I did not do much research because I really thought this had the information I was looking for on it. But basically, maybe they sent me something here. Give me a second. Just start here, this glass, start smelling it. Give me tasting notes. Let's see if they sent me any real information.
So before I even get started, what I'll say is, Stephen came over. And we popped this bottle open. He was very generous and shared. And again tonight, I am like over the moon about this. What I would say is immediately I got like a medium cigar type of a taste to it. So we'll see if that's any different tonight. But it was like a very bold it's very unique from an overall whiskey standpoint. I haven't had very many like it. Same stuff. Fast facts. Anything fun there?
Wait. I'm just gonna read the fast facts here. So, Westward Whiskey Milestone. I can't even read that. That's way too close. The producer's inaugural annual luxury release is crafted from a 21-barrel Solera system that includes some of Westwood's oldest and most precious whiskeys. The draw of a small fraction of this whiskey from their annual releases, replacing it with something unique from the barrel house, beginning this fractional blending once again. By far the most ambitious, limited, and exclusive. The buzzwords, dude. It's out of this world. Either which way, it's like basically. So they use a Solera method with 21 different barrels, trying to create some sort of special release. From my understanding, the Solera method is kind of like best way I can describe it is it's a continual aging process. So they pull out from the barrel and then they dump more in. So that's why they can't age this.
So like, say you have 21 barrels lined up in a row. You're going to take some out of each barrel and just kind of shift it. Is that what
from my understanding is, so it's like they can't accurately say what the percentage of whiskey in that barrel is at what age, because they're constantly filling it up, taking out a little bit, filling what they've replaced, taking out, filling what they've replaced. So like, it is safe to say that some of that stuff could be as old as, if they started in 2004, probably not. Let's just say they didn't start this project until 2008. 2008 is going to give us 15 years. Please tell me that's some good math. Or are you doing math?
I don't know.
Oh, shit, whatever. So like realistically, they don't give an actual age statement for this, but basically it's some of their oldest stuff. What am I reading? I'm beginning to think that yeah. Sugar Kitty's everywhere when it comes to whiskey YouTube. Sugar Kitty is literally the freaking greatest. Are you looking at the Solera method?
Yeah.
Whiskey is aged traditionally, then placed into a large wooden vessel to finish its
Yep. So yeah, it's essentially the whiskey's like all placed into like one vat, and then it's all blended together with older product that's kept inside. So.
Yeah, so it's like a continual aging process. So that's why they can't age state this, because they can't. I mean, their age statement would probably be a little shit. Like it wouldn't be super exciting. That being said, are you just going straight into it?
I mean, I haven't taken a sip yet.
Oh, this is way darker. Just going from that cognac one. Oh, it's the dark raisins. Dark raisins. Like chocolate covered raisins, plums, brown sugar, tobacco.
I'm getting tobacco.
Leather. This is like in my head, this is like a Pinterest board of like, it's like whiskey rooms you would like in your life. Not that I have Pinterest, but you know what I mean. We'll take it back to like, what was that, 2010, 2015?
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
is that still a thing?
I don't know. Okay. I don't have a Pinterest account, but I think that
it's still a thing.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely a thing.
Golly. It smells old, not dusty, because dusty is a bad term, but refined. It smells like, refined would be a good way. There's nice oak, nice stone fruity, kind of dark purple fruits in there.
I just took my first sip, and I'm getting that cigar type of like, palate again. It's very...
Oh, that tobacco. It's like dried tobacco. It's not smoking cigar. It's a cigar before you smoke it.
Can I please see the bottle? I just want to show it to the audience.
Put it over your eyes.
Oh, over my eyes.
So the autofocus is set to look at your eyeballs. So if you cover, and I have it set on your face, so I'm not part of the system. It doesn't care about me.
All right, we good?
Yeah.
All right, so it is the Westward Whiskey Milestone, American Single Malt.
Yeah, basically, this is the fanciest bottle Westward has ever released. It's dumb expensive.
Yep. So yeah, $250.
$250 MSRP. I don't know. Knowing the way the whiskey world's going, is you're probably not finding it for less than $300 right now. Oh, dang.
This is a bottle I would...
Grapes, tobaccos, purple fruits. Like this is luxurious, which it's crazy. So usually you're not a huge proof whore. I'm like a really big self-proclaimed proof whore. We haven't really gone super high in proof today, but this is some bottle that I think the complexity and the intensity of the flavors I'm getting out of here at 43% ABV, which is typically, it doesn't get my blood rushing for anything less than, or anything more than 45.
Yeah.
Like that 2% ABV real kicked me in the balls.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. But this is so freaking complex for that.
Yeah. I mean, I have zero complaints. I could honestly care less about proof. I'm just here for, a delicious, dessert drink. And to me, I honestly I love whiskey, and that it just like knocks out of the park for me. This is like a very, it's very like robust, very like, I feel like, if you crack this bottle open at like a bachelor party, or like, someone's like one of your boys' like birthday or something fun like that, I feel like this would just knock it out of the park. Like for me, this isn't like obviously for $250, I'm not going to be drinking this, every day of the week.
This is a special occasion whiskey for people who are serious about whiskey.
Yeah.
Like this is something I would pop like with like you, Ben, Zach. I'm sorry, guys. You guys don't know anybody like that, but like, you know what I'm talking about? Like guys who are actually going to take it serious. Like I'm not popping this. It's with not just gasoline. Yeah, I was like, I was like, I'm not popping this with my typical friends. Like, I don't care what special occasion's happening. It's like they'll get like a $60 bottle, but this is like but like people who could truly get into this, and that's what I was saying. Like, I am a bit of a proof whore, and that usually stops me from getting into a lot of like the high scotches and things of that nature that people belovedly love.
Because they're like 43 typically. Yeah.
But this holds up really, really well, where it's really robust with the flavors and it's everything I typically like, because I like those darker, more aggressive, instead of like bright, shiny fruits. I like those purple fruits, like those plums, those, blueberries. I love raisins. Like raisins is one of my favorite tasting notes to give out for fruits.
I'm just like really happy with the tobacco on this. Like, I feel like they overall have like a very good presence when it comes to like, anything like stone fruit. But really like the fact that they're able to like bring in tobacco and have it be like, so I guess like noticeable, but not overbearing. I just like kudos to them. Like they did a very, very good job in like in pairing this with their with their whiskey. Like they didn't send it too hard, and they did a very, very good job at making it enjoyable. So
I'm really impressed. They balanced the oak with like the tobacco, maybe a wee bit of a nuttiness, that dark maltiness, those brown sugar notes. Like they balance all of the dark notes where it doesn't seem like it's too dark, but also it's one of the dark notes isn't really blowing any of the other ones out of the park, because sometimes, especially with something like this, where it's like, this is some of their oldest stuff ever, that makes me think we're going to get hit with a lot of oak, which is sometimes fantastic. That Elijah Craig 18, that Wild Turkey 17-year-old bib. I feel like we've tried something even older than that, but like those Knob Creeks that we had the other day, like those are great, but there is a lot of nuttiness going on, or not nuttiness, sorry. So 3 drinks, Steve. This is how it goes. It's like that oak is intense, and it kind of has a tendency to take things over, which again, we don't have an actual age statement for this, so this is us just kind of pissing in the dark, which honestly is kind of a bummer. If I am spending $250 on a bottle, I'd like a little bit more information on the bottle, if we're being completely honest. That's probably my one gripe. Is the lack of information. Given I know they did send it to me, so I have no reason to be kind of peeved. But I just love having as much information. But I know they're using the Solera method, so they don't actually have that information to give. But I don't know, maybe
if someone handed me
I would like the information of what was the oldest stuff in that Solera method and the youngest stuff, and kind of I don't know, maybe some information in between. I would enjoy that information. I understand why they didn't give that information, because again, Solera method's a nightmare to begin with, but it's still kind of, because this could be, 15-year-old juice, or it could be literally 3-year-old juice in here, or it's likely a blend, but who knows what percentages are.
I wouldn't, yes, I would just love more information just for my own personal, I
also probably like a lot of information. So it's the more information we can get about any bottle, the more transparency. I love that stuff.
But I don't know, if someone handed me a glass of this, if I was at that bachelor party, that get together, I wouldn't question. After I tasted this, I'd be like, "Oh, you paid $250? Sounds good to me." You know what I mean? I'd be like, "That sounds reasonable," because of I feel like we're just getting out of the bottle. So I don't know, but again, I'd give it a 4.
You're giving this a 4?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because you got to think about if I was gonna go pay $250, because I have a couple bottles that I paid $400 for.
Yeah.
So if I put this up against those, I would.
You actually have a little bit more, I don't want to say skin in the game on this one than I do, but you have a little bit more checks and balances for your answer, because the most I've ever spent on a bottle is $180.
Okay. Yeah.
That's where I live. I primarily stay under $100. I get really nervous when I start spending over $100 on a bottle of whiskey. That being said, as the channel gets more and more profitable, which fingers crossed it does in 2024, hopefully we'll have a few more bougie bottles in the studio.
but one of the things that I would say though is that's I've been watching more and more whiskey YouTube channels just so I can go get a better understanding of some of these more expensive bottles, because I was discussing earlier with Westward, For me to go spend $100 on a bottle I've never had versus, if I can just go buy something that I really already enjoy at a lower price point, wow, right? But if there's like a YouTube channel where like I'm like, oh, I have a similar palate to Steven, then like I feel like I can trust his judgment. Then based on that, I feel like maybe this bottle is worth it.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it, not gonna lie, when we open this up, I would have given it like a 2.5. Like today, I'm giving it a 3.
Okay.
I'm a 3. And it's not because I don't love this bottle. It's the whiskey's incredible. It's just so far out of my freaking price range. Like I have no business spending this much amount of money on a bottle of whiskey, which makes me very nervous saying that like I would totally buy it. But like obviously like now trying it, if it's like I had money to buy one specific bottle, and like I do think this is worth that amount of money, at least in today's market. I do think $250 for a bottle of whiskey is completely insane. But with what I've had that people are paying $200, $250 for, I really do think that this is on par with that. Because it's also like, I don't really think the flavor profile is exacerbated by like greed, desire, compared to a lot of other things like Stag Junior, for example. Like it's like, oh, that's a $200 bottle now, but it's literally just kind of like escalated for no reason. Whereas I think this is, one, it's different, so that makes me want it even more, and two, like I think there's a lot more care and less hype behind this bottle. Like it's 250 without hype, because Westward doesn't really have hype, which is a shame because they're freaking incredible. But I also I'm reaping the benefits.
I mean, I feel like it's worth it. Like if I was out a nice dinner at a steakhouse, and if I saw this on the menu, I would get it, because I don't go out to steakhouses very often. You know what I mean? Like it's an occasion, but would I buy it? Yes, I would. Like this is amazing.
I would buy it, but I would cry a little bit. Like I would probably call you and be like, hey, I want to go 50-50 on this bottle. And I was like, as long as I can keep the bottle or at least use it for a YouTube review, then I would justify it.
Yeah, I would. I mean, we've already talked about this. I could care less about a bottle. Just let me go get that 375 milliliter bottle, and we can just, just fill mine up, and then you can keep the bottle halfway. That's fine with me.
I will be extremely surprised if this isn't the best bottle of 2023. Like if this doesn't win the blind, which I mean, there is a likelihood that it might not, because I feel like I could pick this one out though. Out of the lineup. It's very distinct. I did the math. I think we have anywhere from 20 to 15 to 20 bottles to kind of AB for a whole week or a whole day. So it's going to be like a drunken, chaotic day.
I'm good. I'm gonna have to skip that Thursday. I can do a weekend.
No, this is a like Saturday or Sunday project. This is it's gonna.
You want to crush that in 2 hours?
No. But I think this is gonna do really, really well. We also have a few other Westward stuff in the pipeline as far as releases from 2023.
Just out of curiosity, since this is live, does anyone have any questions over this specific whiskey? Like, over specific tasting profile, or I guess our overall thoughts that maybe we already haven't covered.
Alex, we are reviewing here. Put this in front of your face. The Westward Milestone. So this is their kind of end of the year, their fanciest bottle ever released. It's a $250 Solera aged Westward bottle. Real expensive for my price range. You not so much, because you're more comfortable spending that kind of money. You also make like literally 4 times the amount of money I do. So it's like that doesn't hurt your ability to spend.
But I also feel like I try to live in the $30 to $40 range. But because I mean, like, And I would say that I would save something along this.
Now that I think about it though, your collection is really like the around $30, $40, $50 primarily. And then you have a few that are like really far out there, but you don't have a lot that's in, because that's where I live. I live in that $50, $60, $70 range a lot, because that's what works for me.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I like to, so whiskey is something that I love, I enjoy, and it's something that I also love to share with others, right?
Because you're drunk too. there's small perks.
Well, I got 2 little kids, so I don't get drunk very often anymore. And so for me, it's a way to bond and like just something to enjoy. And so I like to set goals for myself, or for for a certain occasion that's going on, like a milestone in like my life or a family member's life, and then that's when I'll crack that that bottle that I've saved for a special occasion, or maybe I'll buy a bottle for that special occasion. And I mean, if I can find this whiskey, I will probably try to add this one.
Probably buy it online.
Yeah, so I'll probably try to add this one to the collection as well.
You can store it here.
So,
don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
It's going to get open.
Safekeeping.
Yeah, I'll keep it roll safe.
Yeah, I got in trouble tonight. My wife was like, she opened up.
I'm pretty sure everybody, the 9 people watching, I'm pretty sure 7 of those 9 people literally have a very similar story to what you do, because I have a similar story. Or I used to.
So I'll say tonight when I came in, I handed Steven like this little, what is that? Rubbermaid? Tupperware. I always get confused between the two. Tupperware.
I don't know.
Whatever it is. I got him a little container.
So.
With some bourbon banana bread in it. So my wife always, she always uses Elijah Craig.
Small batch?
She always uses Elijah Craig for the
any Elijah Craig.
I about lost my mind today.
Did she use a barrel proof?
Yeah. So she always used. I was like,
funny.
And I think it was the 2023. Like I can't remember exactly. I can't remember exactly which one it was. All I remember is that
as long as it wasn't B520.
Okay, I'll check.
I might. That is literally that is my favorite. That's the only.
It was but yeah. So my wife, she's always used Elijah Craig, because she was like, what's a good bourbon that you have, and I mean Elijah Craig small batch,
she doesn't
$20-$25.
Yeah. The bottle,
so
they all look the same.
She thought she was doing good. She's like, hey, it wasn't the 18 year, and I was like, appreciate that, but I was like, she was like, Jordan, here's the banana bread, and I was like, great. So out of curiosity, which Elijah Craig did you use? Because I have a couple that are open right now. I don't know, like, I'm not trying to exaggerate here. I probably have 18 bottles of Elijah Craig.
You have a lot of Elijah Craig toasteds.
I really like toasted.
You have probably 6 or 7 toasteds. I don't know why you need to stop buying so many toasteds. They're not limited. They're not going.
They're hard to find.
They used to be.
Maybe not now.
But recently,
dude, let me know. I was working, and my wife said, she made some banana bread. So I went and I asked her. I said, which one did you use? And she's like, oh, you'll be really proud. Don't you worry. And I was like, cool. So I was like, can you show me? She's like, yeah, I guess. Okay, if you really want to see. And then she goes and pulls out this barrel proof, and I was like, sweetie, small batch. I was like, this is a live and learn moment.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go see if there's any difference in flavor, and of course there isn't, because she bakes out the alcohol. So yeah, but it is delicious.
There's probably a difference, because there's a lot more
if you can taste barrel proof in that, my boy, live it up.
I don't know. This might be blasphemy. I'm not a huge fan of cooking with alcohol. Like, when it comes to smoking meats, I'm more okay with it, but a lot of the baking with alcohol, or people are like, oh, you drizzle a little bourbon on your ice cream. I don't like it.
Yeah,
I prefer just to have ice cream and whiskey.
Yeah.
Not together, But like I like to have some ice cream, and I like to sip my whiskey, and then ice cream and sip my whiskey. Like that, I do not really enjoy baking with alcohol. I don't think it affects the taste in a good way. I usually feel like you lose a lot of the good flavor of the whiskey, and you keep a little bit of that like aggressive, punchy, not burn because obviously the alcohol has been cooked out, but like sharper sides of whiskey. I don't know. It never seems to work out with me.
Yeah. Yes. Counter statement.
I 100% agree with that. In this case, though, I definitely think so. Now that I look back, normal standard Westward, we are spending $80 on that bottle. So basically 3 times that for a special limited edition with a lot of flavors. I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I haven't had Westward in a while, just original, but like I've had whiskey like probably twice in the last week, so I've tried to take a couple days. And heck, it's only Thursday, so yeah, I skipped 2 nights this week. And so like I feel like I would take this.
Yeah,
it's definitely.
I think it's a buy. Again, at that point, it's like part of me is like, I feel I'm spending a lot of money anyway, so maybe I am a 4 because I would probably go up to 300 for that. Just because at that point it's like I already hit 250. What's another $50?
Yeah.
It's. And I don't know. I'm so torn. I'm just gonna stick with a 3, but I came in at like a 2 leaning a 3. Now I'm more of like a 3, maybe leaning a 4. Now that we've talked about it more, because it is really, really good, but it's also really easy to say, yeah, of course I would buy it when someone gave you the bottle for free.
I would buy this, and I probably will. So
yeah, that's.
I feel very comfortable saying.
Now they might have it on their website.
Yeah, but like. I wouldn't. I don't know. Like I thought about reaching out to my group of friends that I discuss whiskey with a lot, and telling them about this bottle. But I just didn't want to. I don't know. I feel like I talk about whiskey enough.
Sell it or buy it all?
No, I just feel like I talk about whiskey enough.
That's fair.
So I didn't need to add anything else. But yeah, this is definitely good. It's a good bottle.
I talk about way too much whiskey, even outside of like YouTube channel stuff. Like it just constantly comes up.
Yeah.
Let's see if it's. Yep, dude, it's there. You can add it to the cart right now. Yeah. Anyone who's interested, not that I'm encouraging you per se to spend a lot of money. For some reason, I really want this. It's so dumb. This poses another question. After this one, we'll probably wrap this up because we're going on like an hour and 15 minutes. Anybody out there, including you, Jordan, do you like buying those stupid gift sets just to get the cool glassware with it? Because
I mean, I have enough glassware.
That's fair.
So, and I get in trouble for the space it takes up. So I have to be very thoughtful in my choices.
I don't do it for like stupid rocks glasses anymore, but certain things. So like a few years back, and this was also before I did have space issues. At this point, I have too much glassware, so I'm kind of in the same boat you are. Not really too much, but like I have too much glassware. But 2 years ago, they were doing Jack Daniel's single barrels, just the normal single barrels, like 94 proof single barrels, Jack Daniel's, with a. They're not a Glencairn, but they're made by the company Glencairn. They were Canadian Glencairns. So it's basically, think of like this Glencairn shape, but it's like wider and it kind of goes in and kind of comes out. It's basically like if you mix Glencairn with a rocks glass. Oh. But it's like a thin, light rocks glass. I bought 3 of those because of how much I loved those Glencairns.
Do you have them? Okay. Well,
they're not. Next one. They're not here. They're out in the living room with all the like my mixology shit.
Oh, but we can go out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, does anybody like those outside of me? Again, maybe not the rocks glasses, but like.
Well, you just got me on those other ones.
Which ones?
These
whiskey wisdom glasses.
Yeah.
Dude, you spent some money.
Yeah.
That is going to come. I'm probably going to break someone's hands right now, but this is going to come in handy when trying to do like a blind or something, because I can put literally just like this stickers on the bottom, and it's like, hey, this, and then we're gonna.
Yeah, it's like a nice little like turntable. So, but yeah,
I love that it fits different shapes too, because it's like this fits a Glencairn and this fits
the Wisdom. Yeah.
Yeah,
and then it fits a rocks glass.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's like they kind of cross all bounds, which is weird because I would have thought that they would have just made it for their own product.
Yeah.
Because I was going to buy a bunch of their glasses, but then I saw that they just had the Glencairn cuts, and I was like, nah, we're just going to. I was like, because each one of these glasses is like, what, $20?
25 now.
Yeah. Jeez Louise. I mean, they're nice, but like, I don't need more than two because I gave you one. I have one for me, and that's all I need for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Oh, don't bring Canadian Glens into this convo. Alex, I like them. I like them a lot. They're my favorite rock.
He's hyping them up.
Yeah. Night Connor. Of course.
It's been a while since you said that to me. Thank you.
All right. Any closing statements to wrap this up outside of?
It's been fun.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Westward, for sending us stuff.
Yeah, thank you, Westward, and thank you, Stephen, for having me. Yeah. And it's been real peeps. Hopefully, I see you all again. But yeah, it's been very tasty and very fun. So yeah, I'll just bring my tent.
I was thinking of more like 6 feet deep, but here there. All righty, guys. Well, that being said, I think this is a wrap. This has been Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. Cheers, y'all. We'll see you later.